Okay, the time has come. I really do need to stop using these, don't I? Because I don't put anything in them. Maybe that one to keep the screws separated, but I could just use those, right? So I think what I'm going to do is remove these bad boys. I just have nowhere to put anything. It's annoying. Working on it. Working on it. All right. I'm going to take this apart because, well, I want to see if I can get skiffs in there. And this time I'm going to take the damn thing apart. Because last time I bitched out. If you guys saw that on Instagram, I bitched out because I couldn't get the pivot loose. Because, well, it's Loctited, clearly. Yeah. All right. And it's a double-sided one. Just grab the old stubber. But at this point, I just want to see the inside of this. See if I can get skiffs in here and get her done. There we go. Which side do I want to come at this from? Let's see. I think this side's coming out. So let's see if I can. God damn it. This is not the time to fuck up because this is like DLC and shit. I'm talking about the screws. Anyway, what's up? How's you guys doing? How you doing? How you doing today? Look at that Loctite. Jesus. Sometimes they don't use any. Sometimes they go bananas. Going bananas. I ordered some bearings for the Get Good screwdriver. The base. I know. I'm a madman. See. Should be, my guess is it'll be 3/16 bearings. Because it's a U.S. Designer. He probably sent them a CAD file. That's my guess. Because it used to be always 5mm, but lately I've noticed a lot of 3/16 when it comes to these OEM knives from makers, which is cool. I don't know what's going on here. Trying to be careful. These Loctited in too. All right. Oh, you know, I don't know if Fanatic Edge worked on these after, because this is a Fanatic Edge exclusive, so it's possible they worked on these and did some stuff, and they Loctited it. Anyway, get our pry bar out. Wow. See, that did not feel like it wanted to come up, but literally one little pop and it's up. It's really good to have the right tools, guys. I know I sound like an idiot, but some people don't do that. Look at that. Pivot collar, I guess, pops in there. Pretty unique. Keeps it in place really well. Holy shit. That's insane how good those transitions are. Look at this. Black pearl, fat carbon, camo carbon. Damn it. All right. We got a pin here, and that's what's acting up. So it's acting a fool. Can I rotate it around the pin is my question. Let's see if I can do the wiggle. Can I do the wiggle? Got it. All right, cool. Now I need to wiggle this bitch. Actually, I don't need to. Could just leave it together. Yeah, I don't need to mess with that, honestly. So let's just see what we got. Very tight. Very toy. Toy like a tiger. Okay, everything's falling out. Okay, there we go. So, these do look like 5mm, honestly. Let's see. Is that 3/16? I don't know. Let's see if I get it to the top here. I mean, oh, I could probably get it to say 5mm if I wanted to. I'm trying. Ugh. It wants to drop back down. So I think it might be 3/16. And we'll be able to find out pretty quick because I'll drop skiffs in and we'll see. It's very dry. There's nothing in there. That could be the reason why the action's good. It's just not like, it doesn't drop crazy. You got to shake it, which is fine. I ain't complaining. I love this knife. Which, by the way, if I didn't say the knife, it's the Maverick S from Matt Christensen. OEM'd by Riot. Very unique little hook there. Huh. It's kind of weird, right? Am I crazy? Is that weird? I don't remember seeing a hook like that on a knife before. It's got a cool acid wash. One of the only times I'm digging an acid wash. One thing to be super careful about on a knife like this is lube. So this is a titanium liner lock, and it does not have a steel insert. So we are talking titanium on steel, and hopefully it's carbonized or heated or they do something. And I did have lock stick on it when I first got it from the show, Blade Show. But then I slowly cleaned it off with alcohol, the lock bar, and it went away. So it's just a matter of, you just need to be careful with that. Let's see if I can get this pivot out. Oh, it popped the whole thing out. Okay, great. Not what I wanted. Not a big deal, but not what I wanted. I'm just trying to see if I can get this bitch out. Man, that's tight. Oof. All right. I just wanted to clean it and see how, does it look tight? That's the thing. It looks like it's a little loose. I always find it interesting how tight these screws are to the pivot. You can see the gap there, right? And what difference does that make? I don't know. I mean, if I tightened it, which I can't, obviously, because it's probably Loctited there, or that could be as tight as it goes. I don't know. But could that throw centering off? Could that mess your action? There's all these interesting questions when it comes to knives. Sorry, am I pondering right now? This is fun. Try to clean out in there. Just blow some air in. Whoops. Okay. Should be good. I'm probably going to glue it, not Loctite it, so we probably don't have to worry about that. We do have these washers right here, of course. They go into the titanium. And I will flip those over. Now, one thing somebody noted to me, and I'm always learning, guys. I'm always learning from you guys, mostly. Interesting thing is, this could go in backwards now, right? Depending on which way I pop that into place. Could be facing the opposite way, which wouldn't make a difference. But why is the one side not? Why isn't it popping in? I don't know. Now I need to get it back out. This is fun. Jesus. I need to get this back in too. God damn. I don't know why that is. Grab my brass rod. Very tight fit on everything here. Let's see if I can push this out. Jesus, just trying to be careful, but it's hard. Oh, no. See, maybe it was, yep. Look at that. It was cut. It was contoured. Holy shit. I think. So it actually is seated all the way right now. What I need to do is reverse it because this side is the one that's contoured, if that makes sense. This is sitting in. See that? So I need to get it out. And I don't have a good way to do it. Man, I really hate using this for this. Once the screw is in, it shouldn't matter, but like, this sucks. Can I punch it out with this? Come on. Man, that's tight. Yeah, that's pushing on the liner. Okay, so that went in, but now I need the whole thing to come out. Come on. Oh, now you want to rotate in there? Now you want to be all cute? Fuck. You guys are probably like, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to get this pivot collar out because it went in the wrong way. Oh, I think I'm getting it. I'm getting it. It's gonna like fling across the room, but this is why you don't let me take knives apart, guys. As long as I keep the damage inside the collar, I should be fine, but I really don't want to have any damage. God damn it. Oh yeah, she's coming. I had her. There we go. Come on. Got it. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, I think it goes in this way then. Fuck, I wasn't paying attention. Of course not. My God, is it matching the... What am I missing here, guys? This should be where it lines up, right? Okay, got it. Look at that. That's insane, guys. I just gotta say, the pivot collar is fucking contoured. That is insane. You put it in backwards, it doesn't seat flush. That's just incredible in my opinion. Holy fuck. This knife is totally worth what they're charging. $380 base? I mean, come on. For this kind of shit, it's insane. At least in my opinion it is. Hand, doesn't look like I did any damage. Well, Can't tell if that's a scratch, but I don't care. It's okay. I'll live. All right. The other washer is right here. Need some more alcohol. If you're still here, thank you. Good thing I didn't take that one out, right? So I'm going to flip the washer around. What I was going to say before all that started was, you guys are always teaching me things. And something I learned was, well, whenever I put skiffs in a knife, right, I always try to flip the washers around so that the bearings have a new track. They can work a new track in, because you can see on this side there's a track. That's from these bearings. So if I put skiffs in, what if they don't go in the same track? Could it cause action issues? Well, so I flip them over, right? Somebody taught me that. Thank you to, I can't remember who it was, maybe Jackman, or I don't know. But somebody the other day, when I showed off my, I was showing off the multi-row bearings for the Jaeger M, they said, well, what about the blade? You know, because the blade has a bearing track in it. So wouldn't that cause an issue if all of a sudden you put multi-rows in there? And I was like, huh, I guess you're right. It would be the same issue with the, it would be the same issue. So, sorry. But I can't flip that over, obviously. So we're going to see what happens. And these aren't multi-row bearings I'm going to put in, so it shouldn't matter. But look at how they polished off the detent track. This whole area is, or they taped it off or whatever so that it didn't get covered with the acid wash. Most companies, you're going to end up having to wear that in yourself. I find that very, very cool. Okay. So we have this pin. Is this our stop pin? I thought I already put a stop pin back in. I guess it has to be the stop pin, right? It's a big-ass stop pin. Okay, seated in. We got that pin down there. We got our backspacer. And this is all Chad Nichols Zircuti, by the way, which is dope. Get our bearings out. I'm going to try the 3/16, because I think that's what we're rocking with here. 5 millimeters most likely would fit, but if the correct size is 3/16, then that's what I want to roll with. I'm probably going to have to pull it all out to find them. I have way too many bearings. Oh, yeah, I got them. All right. So 3/16. Let's just check. Yep, that's what I figured. Okay, so we got 3/16. I might have to order some more of those. I ordered a lot of 5 millimeters recently. I didn't think about doing 3/16 as well. All right, guys. So as usual, most of the products here I use are from KPL, aka Knife Pivot Lube. You can go to their website at knifepivotlube.com and you can use my code LeftyEDC. We're going to put it with the clean side of the washer facing up. Now, what I mentioned earlier is I'm being very careful to keep oil off of this area because I will cause lock stick. And I was a little bit, whatever you want to call it right there. Wasn't paying attention too well. There we go. Flip that over. Does take a bit for the bearings to kind of wear in on those washers. So the action tends to get better over, you know, the first couple of days of putting new skiffs in if you flip those over. If you don't flip them over, you're probably going to find out right away what they feel like. So, all right. I am going to put a little bit of KPL heavy on the detent track. Let me check this area, make sure it's clean. So you can see it's got a little notch right there. I don't know what that's about, but also have some shit. Is there a, oh, there's a burr. Shouldn't matter, though, because it's on the other side. It shouldn't be... It's not going to mess with lockup at all. I could knock it off real quick. Hold on. So, if you have a burr like this, basically just metal that wasn't, you know, sanded down or knocked off all the way, just a sharp corner, just take some sandpaper, do that once or twice, should take care of it. Just going to be careful because I don't want to mess anything else up. Just going to run it this way once. Okay. Yeah, and now we're pretty clean. I mean, it's still a corner, you know what I mean? But it's probably not going to catch stuff as much. And it doesn't, again, really matter because of where it's located, so. Just clean that off. I don't want any of that sandpaper shit near my lock bar. Clean everything. Okay. So carefully put a little bit of heavy right there and probably right there. And that's it. I mean, I put the tiniest little drops, not even drops, I'd call them. Just an absolute speck on there. You can't even see it. And then here. I just want enough to oil that, but I don't want it to get on my lock bar because then it's just a pain in the dick hole. All right, I do need to get this on carefully. I need to put this guy in. Okay. I love that Reassembly does a pass-through detent hole. I just think that's the best way to do it, but I would venture to argue that their track record's pretty fucking good. Clean this up because it's disgusting. See, we got most of that off. You got some chunks there. Man, they used a lot of Loctite on that bitch. Okay. So, everything is good to go. We are going to flip this guy over and place her on. Now, this is hard because you got to line up this pin and that pin and have them sit. Oh, okay, never mind. It's not hard at all. Then pop this guy on. And then push down. I try to do all of this with the blade sort of not locked up, because if you lock it up and then put the scale on, what you're going to end up doing is having that lock bar shoot over to this side, and then it becomes a pain in the ass. And you don't have tension on right now, so I just think this is the better way to do it. So then I'll put this screw in, and I'll just thread it a little bit. I'm not going to go crazy because I don't want to tighten everything yet. I still got to see how my centering is. I got to see how everything is before I glue/Loctite it. So now we go ahead and put this guy in. And this is me testing the action and everything before the glue. If I glue it, we'll see. You can hear everything getting together. Now I can feel this side started spinning, so we should be pretty tight. Centering is pretty damn good. I mean, if anything, it's over to this side just a touch. Man, that's killing me. Let me just see. These weren't tight, so see if that brings us back. It's so close. Let me put away my Jaeger. I don't know why I still had that out. Okay. So, in terms of play, we have none. Action. Sounds pretty good. Not quite as poppy as it was, but it's kind of how it goes. Closing sound is a little more muted too. It's more of a ting now than a click, but that's what you get. Centering looks like it's still just slightly off. It might just be too tight, honestly. Let's just see. Just gonna back off that a touch. Yeah, now it's, but are we, maybe a hint. How's the action now? The action's pretty damn good. Yeah, this is one of those situations where you just gotta deal with the fact that you took it apart. I mean, it's fucking close. If anything, it's probably the grind that's off. So let's just see what happens when I loosen it. Right? And then, I mean, look at that. It just sits like right there. It's crazy. I love Rehab, man. And then tighten it back down. See what happens. Pretty much the same. No play. Great action. So I think I'm safe to just take it apart, glue it, tighten it down, call it a day. I'm going to clean this again because you can see now it's got more disgusting shit on it. So there we go. Okay. So I am going to clean the inside of this because I did not do that. Okay. All right. Moment of truth. I got a new way of doing this now because of the fact that it's, goddamn, so locked up. Well, might have to scratch that too. Jesus. Can't even get it open now. I can't. Damn. Okay. Good thing I got a backup. Yes, that's what happens. That's the problem with super glue. Obviously, it glues, so it glues itself shut. Usually I can get the lid off, and then I was using a Q-tip, but that's not happening. So I think I got to puncture it with this. Right? No? Okay. What am I puncturing it with? Oh, this guy? No. Something's... I mean, there is a little poke at the bottom there, but that's to keep this from... What am I supposed to do? Poke that myself with something? Or tighten this down and it pokes it? This is going swimmingly, guys. Try to pull it up there. Okay. Guess I did it because it's coming out. All right, so what I do now, I guess, is I'm just going to go back to my method. Take one of these. And you got to put it over something so it doesn't leak. But take a little bit of glue. That's mostly foam. Take a little bit of glue and put it inside the threads like this. Then I take a little more glue and I put it on these threads like that. Place that down. Get my driver. Carefully screw it in. Feels tight. Looks good. No play. Good action. I'm going to try to back it off a touch. Sorry, I got some on my fingers while I was doing that. Action's really good. Maybe a touch of play if I really wrench on it, but the centering's like perfect now. So I think I'm going to leave it and see how she Loctites. So there you go. And then I got glue, leaking, and you got to just try to clean that off so it doesn't get locked in here. But anyway, that's it, guys. Sorry. A little bit all over the place on this one. Let me know what you guys think. I did finally take this guy apart. Do I regret it? No, I think those skiffs will wear in real nice, and the centering looks like it came back. So, sounds good. Drops. Pretty smooth shakedown. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really change the action, to be honest, but I got some lube in there. It was pretty dry in there. I don't really like to lube my knives anymore by pouring KPL down the sides. I rarely ever do that anymore. I just take the knife apart and oil the bearings myself. It just seems a more prudent way to do it. So yeah, they're wearing a path right now. I can feel them. There it goes. Wow, yeah, that does feel better. Snappy drop. Wow, it's starting to really drop. Minor play, if any. And that's glued. It's glued. So, I mean, you gotta really, and you're not, I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. So, feels great. And you get to play with your knife instantly. Look at that. I think we're dead nuts. I mean, if anything, if you really want to point to this side, you could. But, I mean, it's great. Drop. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm happy with this. And somebody on Instagram, shout out to whoever you are, taught me that you can just flick it off the hollow grind, kind of like a burger. It doesn't work as well, but once you get it down, it's actually pretty easy. Oop. Okay, never mind. There. So, all right. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.